who says, we have friends who do not celebrate Christmas because they say December 25th is really a pagan holiday. While I agree that Jesus may not have been born on December 25th, he certainly was born as described in the Bible. How do I respond to them?
Well, in a sense, tell them they're right. You see, the winter solstice a couple of days later was the shortest day of the year, and the pagans had something called Saturnalia, and it was a time of lawlessness because all the laws were suspended, and people, a bunch of singers actually wandered the streets naked singing. And then they had orgies, sexual orgies. It was a mass thing. Well, when the Catholic Church came along in Italy, the Romans and others didn't want to give up their holidays, so they said, okay, we'll Christianize it. And so they said, okay, we'll say the birth of Jesus was the 25th of December. And then there was a monk who began to add it up. You see, if you read in Luke, it says there's a census taken when Quirinius was governor and so forth and so on. And they could take those leaders and figure the exact time dating from the foundation of Rome. And that's when the dates were established. And so they get pretty close to the date. But to say it's the 25th, shepherds were out abiding in the field. It gets a little cold at night. I mean, were they out there in the middle of winter? You know, I don't know. I've been out there on the shepherd's field and on Christmas Eve. It's very nice. But it's cold. And nevertheless, I mean, what was going on? So all this business about mistletoe, pagan. Christmas trees, pagan. Giving out gifts, pagan. Every bit of it is pagan.
Christmas and Easter, 2 days esteemed above most others and are observed by nearly 1/3 of the human population. Millions of believers worldwide celebrate these holidays to honor the birth, death, and resurrection of the Messiah. These festivals take many cultural forms and shapes around the world. But would you be alarmed to discover that these two seemingly innocent holidays are historically rooted in ancient occult practices which can be traced back to Babylon? Babylonian sun god worship has evolved throughout the centuries and has branched out into several major religions. Many professing believers have also adopted several of these pagan customs unaware. Even today, all throughout Catholicism and daughter denominations, there are still dozens of popular monuments and symbols that were at one time dedicated to various sun gods. What became this very same organization also instituted Christmas and Easter. Secular and Christian scholars alike all record that the Christmas tree, wreaths, boughs of holly, and mistletoe were all objects used in pagan sun god fertility rites. This, of course, begs the question, what are they doing in the homes of believers today? Discover how Mithra and the Norse Odin evolved into the imaginary saint we know today as Nicholas, and how he became the key figure in the celebration of Christmas. In ancient folklore, Saint Nicholas was accompanied by a dark counterpart known as the Krampus and had a striking resemblance to other false deities. The Easter Bunny and the dyeing of Easter eggs are also symbols of fertility connected to Ishtar, biblically referenced as the Queen of Heaven. Long before the birth of our Messiah, December 25th was a day used to celebrate the rebirth of the sun god. All of this and more has all been justified by man for hundreds of years. But when was the last time we considered what our Creator had to say regarding all of this? Do we care? Should we care? We reveal an opportunity and faith-centered challenge to worship and practice the faith as He stated He desires for all His people, not according to us, not according to men, but instead according to His way, according to His word.
Been walking for a while, feet are getting tired, my heart's a little heavy, but you keep me going. Been walking for a while, mile after mile, my soul's a little weary, but you keep me going. Keep me going, said it'd be a narrow road, so why am I surprised when it seems I'm on my own? You said it'd be a narrow road, this world will never be my home. The journey might be lonely, but I'd never be alone. Oh, never be alone. Been walking for a while, wandering in the wild, but you holding me steady. Yeah, you keep me going. Been walking for a while, following the fire, and your spirit is within me, and it keeps me going. You said it'd be a narrow road, you said it'd be a narrow road, so why am I surprised when it seems I'm on my own? You said it'd be a narrow road, this world will never be my home. The journey might be lonely, but I'd never be alone. Oh, I'd never be alone. So I will walk wherever you're leading, cloud by day and a fire by evening. You're the lamp that's guiding my feet, so I can see where I am going. I will walk wherever you're leading, cloud by day and a fire by evening. You're the lamp that's guiding my feet, so I can see where I am going. You said it'd be a narrow road, you said it'd be a narrow road, so why am I surprised when it seems I'm on my own? You said it'd be a narrow road, this world will never be my home. The journey might be lonely, but I'd never be alone. Oh, I'd never be alone. Been walking for a while, wandering in the wild, but you holding me steady. Yeah, you keep me going. Been walking for a while, following the fire, and your spirit is within me, and it keeps me going.